welcome back to Coffee and Cocktails. On this channel, I like to talk about budgeting, personal finance, planning, and productivity. I'm currently working to pay off debt, invest wisely for my future, and put myself in a better financial position. If that sounds like something you'd like, please like and subscribe and stick around. In today's video, we're going to budget out for March of 2024. Today I am drinking a Trenta iced coffee from Starbucks. It has a couple extra shots of espresso in it. It is pretty good. Alright, so let's get into the video. So at the top I have a few of my monthly reminders and to-do checklists and goals that I like to put there throughout the month of like the previous month, or even if I look into like May, I already have some that I've put in there. So whenever I think of something, I just add it there. So then when it comes to that month, I have it ready. So I have some monthly reminders here. My top 3 goals for this month are to put at least $1,500 to my Roth IRA, save for my April vacation, and finish the book Psychology of Money. This is a book that is on my goal reading list for the year. So if you saw my goals for 2024, that is on there. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it down below. I go through my goals financially, my personal goals, professional goals, everything in that video. And then I also went through a few of the books I want to read this year. Okay, so getting right into the income section, I like to roll over the last paycheck of every month. And so that goes to pay my bills at the beginning of the month, like rent and everything. So my check is $27.74.34, and that will actually be the same for my 2 actual paychecks this month. And since I roll over that last paycheck of the month, I immediately put it down to this rollover section, and so I put as a negative $2774.34, so that way it doesn't get included in my monthly budget of my income, but it does, obviously include the 2 amounts, which it is the same amount, but it includes the other 2 amounts in there. Credit card rewards, I don't budget anything for that. Interest, I usually get at least $7. I have a high yield savings account with Marcus by Goldman Sachs. I just got my interest statement for 2023, and I got about $1,300 of interest last year, which was pretty nice. I'm really hoping I can get close to that amount again this year. So I'm really excited to hopefully make some progress on the goals I'm working on, so then I can start saving more money in that account and getting more interest. I've had this account for, I believe, about 2 years now, and I love it. It is currently at, I think, 4.5% interest. So it's a pretty good interest rate. For miscellaneous, I don't budget anything for this. And then going down to the 401k contributions. So this is something I just added into my budget. I don't normally, or I haven't been tracking it the past few months, but I've been tracking it on a separate file. And so I decided I wanted to put it all in one place because it is technically income. And I wanted to be able to track it as part of my investments. So in this file, I also have an investment dashboard. And so as long as I'm tracking it in my monthly file, I have it so it will automatically update here. And so I wanted to include it in my income and my monthly file so that it will automatically update here for my traditional 401k. Not sure if that quite makes sense, but I'll walk you through it. So my 401k contribution, I put in, out of every paycheck, it's $400.19. So I have 2 paychecks. My employer contributes $266.79 per paycheck. So that's $533.58. Dividends, I haven't included. I'm not sure if I'm going to track them here or not. I have them tracked elsewhere in my income file, but so I haven't decided if I'm going to track it here yet or not, but for right now I have it here. Okay, so that puts the budgeted income at $6,889.64. And again, that does include the contribution to my 401k. Since that is technically part of my compensation package, I'm going to include it here. But what I will do right away is then also budget that amount into my 401k. So that's not part of my actual spending money for the month. And so what I'm going to do is just add these two amounts together and put it here as the budgeted amount. And so that way it's not included in the money I have left to budget. So the only thing I am budgeting are the actual amounts of income that I'm going to spend or save. So I hope that made sense. Going into bills, my rent is $23.74 per month. I live in Southern California. I have a 1-bedroom apartment, and it's just me, so I have a single income. So it is $23.74 per month for that. I also pay for my water, sewer, and trash, which is normally around 55, 56, 57, somewhere in there. So I'm just going to budget 57. SoCal Gas is for my gas. So I got the bill already for that. It is $17.47. SDG&E is my electric. I have not received that bill yet. I'm going to budget $90. It's usually around what it's been lately, unless I'm not here for whatever reason. But I'm going to put $90, and hopefully it'll be less, but at least I'll have it. AT&T Internet is $90.77. AT&T Wireless is $75.75. Storage, I have a storage unit that I share with my mom, who lives about 15 to 20 minutes away. And so we share a storage unit, and it's basically just has things in it like my Christmas decor and just other things that I can't fit in my apartment since I do have a small 1-bedroom apartment. And so those things are just over there. Let's see, I have a Marriott, that's $193.92. iCloud storage, $299. Hulu and Disney's $9.99. And Peacock is $5.99. So the bills budgeted totals $3,003.38. Then going into expenses, household consumables, I'm going to budget, I think, $25, which is what I've been budgeting the last few months. I do need to get paper towels. I'm on my last roll, and I usually get the pack from Costco where it's got, I think, 10 rolls or something in it. But it ends up lasting a long time, so I don't get it very often, but I do need to get that. So I'm going to budget $25 for that. Household durable. I think we'll skip this one for now. I don't think I'm going to get anything there. So I'm going to put 0. Groceries. Let's see. The way I budget my groceries depends on if I'm traveling for work, because I work in corporate finance, but I do travel for work quite often, and sometimes I can be traveling for a couple days, or I can be traveling for 3 or 4 weeks. Right now in March, I only have a 3-night trip. I'm going to Las Vegas for a work conference. So it's 3 nights. So it's not really going to affect my budget too much. So I think I'm just going to do $250. And I find $250 seems to be a reasonable amount. I averaged around $250 last year in 2023, and so that's why I've been budgeting $250 on a normal month. And I don't think I'm going to do any sort of stock up or anything, because I'll be traveling for most of April, and so I don't like to get too much food the month before I know I'm going to be traveling for a while. So $250 should be fine. Again, it's just me, so it's just for one person for groceries. That should be fine. Dining out, I will put $60. I try to limit my dining out for a few reasons. It's obviously healthier to eat at home versus dining out all the time, but also because I am trying to still pay off debt and make progress in other goals like funding my Roth IRA and investing and saving. I try to limit myself, so I don't go out too often, maybe once or twice a month, but I try to keep it to a minimum, at least right now while I'm in this season of paying off debt. Coffee, I normally put 30 here, but I have money on my Starbucks app. I received a gift card for $20 that I added onto it, and then I also had gotten a $30 rebate in February from purchasing my contacts, and then it came in the form of like a Visa card, so I just added that 30 on there as well. And so I've got money on my Starbucks app, so I'm good there. And I have coffee at home, so I don't need to purchase any coffee. With this coffee category, I use it both for going out for coffee, like coffee shops, but also for when I purchase coffee for my house. Transportation. This is mostly gas for my car. Could be also be like car washes. I'll do 60 because gas is still pretty high here. That should be hopefully enough for at least a tank and a half. Because I am hopefully going to Universal Studios, which is up in LA, and I'll be driving, and so I want to make sure I have gas for that. Parking and ride share. I'm not going to put anything here because although I will have to pay for parking at Universal Studios, the person I'm going with is paying for that, so I don't need to budget anything for that. Clothing, I'm not going to put anything there. Makeup and skincare. I have a Sephora gift card, so I'm not going to put anything here right now. Healthcare and medical, I won't put anything there. Hair, nails, and brows, I will put $117. That's usually enough for me to get my nails done once and a pedicure. Self-care, I'll put 0. Fun money, so this is where I will put money for Universal. And it is also St. Patrick's Day, and so I want to give myself money for that so I can go out and have some fun with some friends that day. So I'm going to put in $150. So that'll be both Universal and St. Patrick's Day. Live entertainment, nothing there. Stationery, nothing there. AAA. So I do have AAA. It comes due every March. How much is it? So it is on auto pay. It is $57. So I'll put that in there. All right. So the budget amount for expenses is $719. That still leaves me with about $1,800 left to budget. I am going to actually go over to debts. I'm going to put in my monthly payments, which is $78.95, $20, $39, and $27.19. I have 3 student loans left. These are the 3. All 3 of them are federal loans. I believe the balance is about $7,900, somewhere around there, just under $8,000. This is the last of my debt, which is so exciting. When I first started paying off debt, I had $147,000 of debt between student loans, credit cards, and a car. And so it's amazing feeling to only have this amount left, which it's still a rather large amount. Like $8,000 is, still a decent amount of debt. But for me, it is just it's such a relief to be so close. And I'm hoping I can get back to contributing more to these payments in the next couple months, because these are the minimum payments. And the reason right now I'm not contributing more is because I'm trying to put money into my Roth IRA to max out my 2023 Roth IRA. So I did not get to contribute as much to my Roth IRA last year in the year 2023 as I would have liked to. So I'm using this time now to make up for that. So I have March and April left that I can contribute to my 2023 IRA. And so I am going to do $1,500 in March, and that should leave me hopefully with either $1,500 or less still to put in there going into April. So I'm filming this in February right now, and so February is not quite over. So I'm hoping I can put a little bit more in to my Roth in February. As of now, the amount I've contributed, I would have $3,000 left. So that'd be like $1,500 in March, $1,500 in April, and I'd be good for that one, and it would be maxed out. I'm hoping I can still put more in the rest of this month, but I'm still just going to budget $1,500 and see what we do from there. And for anyone who doesn't know, for your Roth IRA for 2023, you can still contribute it until April 15th, and the maximum amount was $6,500 for 2023, as long as you're, I believe, under 55 years old. And if you're 55 or over, you get an extra $1,000 you can put in, so that'd be $7,500. And so I'm trying to max it out for 2023, and then once that's done, then I'll start, putting more towards my debt and starting to fund my 2024 Roth IRA. But for now, we've got this $1,500 going in. Let's see what that leaves us with. So that leaves us with $206.77 left to budget. Just want to double check that I've accounted for everything up here. So I've got the IRA. I still need to put money in for my April vacation, so we'll go to that next. And then the work trip, I think we should put some money in there, but let's just double check. AAA, we've got that. Universal Studios have that. I do need to cancel my Paramount Plus subscription. I have an annual subscription. I'm just going to cancel it. I think it's because they raised it $10 a year, so it's $69.99. And I just don't watch it enough, so I'm going to cancel that. I need to file my taxes, and I did put money in fund money for St. Patrick's Day. So in my savings accounts and my sinking funds, I need to add money for my work trip and my April vacation. So with that $206.77, let's go down here and we'll put into the budget for work trips. What was it? $206.77? I think I will do $106.77 for work trips. Since I'm going for work, most of the stuff is going to be covered. I have an expense account. My flight's covered, my hotel's covered, meals are covered. But just in case we want to go out, it is Vegas. I'm sure we'll want to go out, I want to put at least $100 in there for anything that's not covered. And then we will put the remaining $100 towards my travel sinking fund. The name of my travel sinking fund is A Whole New World. And so that goes there. And that should bring us down to zero. Yep. And so it is a zero-based budget, which means I have given every dollar a job. There's no money just kind of hanging out. Every dollar I make has something that it is doing to work for me. I've gotten a few questions about the Google Sheets file that I use. So this is a file that I just created. I've been tracking my budget, or I've been tracking my expenses and income since 2017, and so it's just kind of evolved over time. So this is a file that I created. I will be releasing it in my Etsy shop on February 29th. So it will be available there. I will put a link in the description. So this and a few other files and printables will be available there on Thursday, February 29th. I will also put a referral link to my high yield savings account in the description. I believe if you sign up with a referral link, you get an extra 1% interest for, I believe it's 3 months. And then I would also get an extra 1%. And so I'll put that link down there. But that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. And let me know down below in the comments if you've done your March budget yet and how it's looking. And please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!